Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Huda London. This is the case of the Idaho quadruple murders. I'd like to start by saying justice for the four victims. May the correct justice be served. Today was a long day. There was 2 hearings, like we're aware of. One was without the cameras, and one was for the public and the media at 1 o'clock. Both of them was declined by the judge. It was interesting that Kaylee's parents said that Kaylee was found in the sitting position. One of my viewers, my comment channel, just reminded me of a clip that I previously showed from the Banfield, where you see Saeed watching these horrific pictures on his phone device. Many people don't take much of the Banfield and the grub truck video, but there's a reason I made several clips on that, because I just don't believe it's innocent young boys drunk, intoxicated, and being stopped by the police. I believe there was a purpose for the stop to be made. Somebody must have informed the police for whatever reason, maybe to get away with the quadruples. A lot of movements was going on that night. Look at the timing. The previous timeline was 3 to 4 a.m. at night. That made more sense, and that still makes more sense to me. Once you change a timeline, you change everything. That's a known fact. If the timeline goes wrong, that's it. That's exactly what happened. Dylan was a witness, but in the beginning, for the first 47 days, she wasn't a witness. I keep on repeating this because this is important. The timelines change. The positions of the surviving roommates change. They should have gathered more evidence than 1,000 something pieces. They started giving out the items of the families very quickly. They started giving it out to the families. We have Kaylee's mother saying that Kaylee's dustbin was given out quickly to the family. All these things should have been thoroughly under the forensics team. I've always pointed this out. This is my own contents that I pointed out before. So I'm just touching on it more. Because if Kaylee was found in the sitting position, I'm really mindful and I hate to be adding more speculations and all. But seeing is believing. We have Saeed watching some pictures here, and you could see somebody who looks like Kaylee, may God rest her soul, in a sitting position. And it does look like a bed, and it does look like red liquid. I could be wrong, but my subscriber reminded me, and thank you for doing that. You know who you are. I would really like to mention your name, but I would rather ask you permission first. That's why I love my subscribers and viewers. They do a lot of active listening, and we learn so much from each other. All we want is justice for these students. I don't care if it's Brian Christopher Koberger who's guilty. Honestly, I don't. Or if it's the frats, the sororities, the Greek lifestyle, previous landlords, whoever is guilty needs to be brought in front of justice. So if Brian Christopher Koberger is not guilty, then he needs a fair trial. Why demolish the house so quickly? So you can see the timeline. 02:58 and 42 seconds. That's 2 minutes to 3 a.m. And that was on the 13th of November, 2022. Were these people actually on a live stream? Something was going on. We know the grub truck had the Twitch live stream. Boys or men were buying young girls food over the live stream. Then we have side watching pictures. When these three boys were standing opposite the three minors are taken across the street, pay attention to them too. They're on the mobile devices. How come everyone's watching something on the mobile devices? Even in the grub truck, they're watching the mobile devices. The girl with the hat is watching some pictures. The other people, everybody's watching some pictures. So was there live stream going on? Was this being recorded live? Look at Saeed calmly checking into the pictures. Look at his thumb. I've mentioned that before. And I've heard many big creators saying that there's nothing to see in the grub truck and there's nothing to see in the Banfield, that these boys are not intoxicated. These boys are either intoxicated or they're sober, lying and pretending, because they couldn't even barely remember whose house they came from. They said they came from a party. I'm just doing my active listening. Just have a drink, have a cup of coffee, cup of tea, your favorite choice of drink, some snacks, sit and watch. From Law and Crime even, watch exactly what I've been watching, so that y'all don't think that, oh, this has been edited or not. This is live. This is what they put out. This is the body cam from both the officers. We even heard Maddie yelling, "Stop it!" or Kaylee, "Stop, stop it!" or "Stop it, stop." All this can't be coincidence. These people were live streaming it. They were watching it from somewhere. Something was going on. That's the reason I believe that even if Brian Koberger isn't innocent, I don't believe he did it alone. The timelines doesn't make sense. The roommates took 8 hours to call the police. The roommates summoned up friends. Make it make sense. How could it take 8 hours? 8 hours of shock? That's going to be a tough one to sell to the jury. Nobody's going to buy that. 8 hours. That means they have to be very confident to lock themselves in the rooms and not come out. I've always mentioned since day one, why was Xana asking her father to change her locks? It definitely had to be the locks in the bedroom. Did she sense something? Did she hear something? What happened in the party? These are fraternity boys. This isn't an innocent stop, I personally believe. Look at the pictures he's watching. And look at Saeed's thumb. If you don't believe me, take it to Law and Crime. Take it to the Banfield video and watch it right from the beginning. both the body cams, and then you'll understand exactly what I'm saying. I wouldn't even know how to put technology together to even come up with something like this. This is all Saeed. All this goes to Saeed. It doesn't go to me. These people are watching their mobile devices, their phone devices. Are we supposed to ignore what's right in front of our eyes? Right in front of our face? Like it never happened. What are you watching, Saeed? Where did you come from? Where did these 3 boys come from? Which 3 out of your 4 are the 3 unidentified male DNAs? Let me take a wild guess. Let's start with the one. Forget Saeed for a second. Saeed's fingers don't look right on his thumb. And I'm just analyzing what I see. This is not even my opinion. He is really, look into his eyes. He's really taking his time to watch these pictures. Let's go to those 3 guys there, the 19 years old ones. Let's go to the first one on the right. Strangely enough, he has on Vans shoes. How about that? Isn't that what was found? The latent Van shoe footprint? Wasn't it found in front of Dylan Mortison's room? The so-called witness? Doesn't his clothes look too small for him? Doesn't it look like a female's clothes? I'm just analyzing. Look at the other one who looks like he has on a glove. The third one is the one who's throwing something in the dustbin, or taking something in the dustbin, and the white car passes by. Then we have Saeed here with cans of beers. Where did they come from? This is just the facts in front of us. If you don't ask the right questions, we would never know. I understand what the police mean by social media shouldn't be speculating. I'm not speculating. I'm pointing out exactly what I see from his phone device. He was asked to show his driving license, but he took his time. He's busy watching the pictures. I'm going to show y'all once again the pictures Saeed is watching on his phone device. And I'd really like to say, trigger warning, be cautious. These are very sensitive pictures, but these are on the device of Saeed, not of my side, to put it this way, if you'll understand what I mean. This is strictly from the body cam, but trigger warning. It looks like Keely sitting on a bed. That's what is so eerie and strange about this whole thing. A subscriber of mine just reminded me. That's why I made this clip. And you can be the judge of these pictures Saeed is watching. I believe these pictures should have been taken into forensics. I don't even understand how the police could have analyzed these pictures and put it out for the public to analyze it. Obviously, we have eyes, we have ears, and we have analyzing skills. This is clearly something that should have been put into evidence. I've always believed that the murders, the unlivings, were being live streamed. Somewhere, somehow, by someone or some people, they were being live streamed. And many of the students knew about it. Now these pictures will make more sense to us. Doesn't that look like someone with blonde hair sitting on the bed, looking at the shape of the body, the weight of the body. You could clearly see it's Kaylee and not Maddie. It's not Xana because the hair color is very light and Maddie is very thin, so it can't be Maddie. This is just what I'm guessing. It's someone who, it looks like somebody's sitting on a bed. And then look at the picture downstairs. It's someone with a white mask or white paint on their face. I'll show you all the pictures Saeed is watching, and you can watch it yourselves. You just have to watch the Law and Crime body cam or any other channel's proper body cam, the whole body cam, and stop it every time he slides his picture. It may take time. Just stop and take a still shot and zoom into it. That's how it came to my attention at least 11 months ago. The pictures did not look right to me, and I was wondering what is so important for Saeed to be taking his time to take out his license and show it to the undercover police. I was wondering, you would usually do it quickly, like to show the police so that you can move on, because of all the anxiety and all that. The police is in front of you, and the three young boys did not know what party they were coming from. Doesn't that picture look like Kaylee sitting? So if it was BK who did it, or if it was only BK who did it, how would Saeed and the people in Banfield and the people in the Grub truck video, from Joe Vito to the group yelling Xana's name to the girl standing next to Joe Vito, how come they all had access to these pictures? I personally believe they were live streaming it. These was the pictures Saeed was watching. Somebody's with a red jacket and a white cap. There are like 4 figures there. I personally believe there are many people involved in this horrific crimes. There were fraternities and sororities. Looks like a young man with a red jacket and a white cap or light color cap. That's the one in the red. Then you see one in white or in a jacket with a hoodie, and he's coming towards the door. People see different things. In fact, I see 2 figures on the right-hand picture. Look at this picture too. It looks like it's from inside the house. It looks like 3 people are gagged up. Isn't it strange that the police had to clear it many times that nobody was gagged up? Where did people get that idea from? It was from the college students. How did they know? Is the question. Looks like somebody's standing on top of 3 people, like leaning forward towards 3 people. Could be wrong. They're sitting down. Somebody with long black hair that looks like Xano. Could be wrong. Look at Saeed's thumb and his hand. That guy looks like he has a glove on to me, but I could be wrong. Where did these guys come from? And why did they not stop for the police? To show you once again, that is Saeed. His can of beers, or cans of beer. He had 2 cans. That's his hand, and he's watching these pictures. It looks like it's Kaylee sitting on a bed for me. And I find it so strange. So did my subscriber who mentioned it to me. We find it very strange. that the parents said the same thing.
Squeezy applesauce thing that you would give to like a toddler.
Yeah.
It did not appear to have been gone through.
Police saying they had gathered more than 100 pieces of physical evidence from the scene, along with some 4,000 photos and 3D scans of the residence. Still, frustration mounting for the family over what they consider a lack of communication and a rush to tear down the home on King Road. Christy describes for the first time how Kaylee was found.
It's my understanding Kaylee was kind of sitting up
Yes.
and had fought.
Yeah. And the way that room's put together, if you come through that door, you can't get out of that room.
Completely, totally trapped.
Yeah. You're in a
Tiny,
bed.
tiny room. The bed was the entire room. You could barely open up the door without swiping the foot of the bed. And it was wall. You know, the headboard was up against the wall. The side where Kaylee was on was up against the wall.
There was definitely a live stream going on.